Welcome back, guys, to another Beyond All Reason casting episode. Today we have Alt F4 ubivator versus Teddy. Now, we are starting the cut, so today we are going to be. This is the first day of the cut. Wish me luck. I'm not going to count calories, I'm just going to kind of eat less snacks and see if we can lose some weight. Starting at about 84 kilograms, so we'll see how we go. Now, we've got a Cortex from Teddy here and a Marder from ubivator, so you can see two different play styles here from both of these players. Now, we actually haven't seen this map before, so this is going to be quite interesting as well. As well as I made a mistake in one of my previous episodes calling Alt F4 ubivator a alt account, but not gonna lie, it just seems like it is his account, main account. I thought his main account was just called ubivator, but clearly I was wrong. So that is completely fine. Now, I will be dropping a video tomorrow, which is a duo cast. Looks like this tick has got some worth here. Oh, nope, just gets eliminated. Teddy successfully healing that metal extractor so it doesn't get taken out. Wonderful. Now, both looks like I've got on bots. Actually, no, it looks like Teddy's got on vehicles here. That's quite interesting. That's going to give him more movement speed. However, ubivator is going to have the advantage in terms of resources, as the bots are cheaper. This metal extractor is going to be taken out. Possibly this constructor if ubivator isn't paying attention. Nope, it looks like he is going to be reclaiming that. So in this game, you can actually suck metal. I didn't even know it said that in the description. Looks like that constructor was taken out though. That's really unfortunate. That is the disadvantage with bots, I guess. Normally, an 100% health constructor would be able to reclaim a single rover or rascal. Rover's the armada one. But in this case, obviously, the bot just not having enough health before it started sucking the metal. Zucking. Have you guys seen that Theo Von podcast with Zuckerberg? That was so weird. Honestly, I hope Zuckerberg doesn't kill me for that, but it's very, very strange. You guys should go watch it, to be honest. It's kind of weird. We've got a lot of rascals coming in here. Enough ticks are being produced by the commander. Looks like there's just too many rascals for ubivator really to deal with. Enough ticks and two pawns there to take those out though. Did get the metal extractor unfortunately for ubivator. Now we are seeing some pawns push up to Teddy. He's still only producing rascals and now producing a construction bot, so let's see if he can actually deal effectively with these pawns. Now I imagine this area down here is going to be taken out. In terms of this map though, we've got these two lanes obviously here. Nothing can pass this area. And then obviously you've got this and you've got this as well. So, quite interesting in terms of dimensional wise. So these pawns are going to be taken out. Ooh, maybe not. That last pawn surviving. Maybe taking out these constructors. Now, constructors are a really high value target, but they do have a lot of health. ubivator APM here is amazing. Looks like an incisor did just come out in time. It's going to be able to take that pawn out. Looks like we have got a tick getting reclaimed. First construction turret for ubivator, that's going to boost his production a lot, so we're going to see a lot more units on the map here soon. Now obviously vision, in terms of vision, Teddy does not have much, but if we have a look at ubivator here, he's kind of got a good view of the whole map. So we can know where Teddy is coming from if he tries to go for a counter-attack. Now the reason why constructors are quite high value, as you saw there, that he had a lot of things queued up. Now if you take out one of those extractors, one of those constructors, he's going to have to re-queue all of those things. And that's just going to take up more and more time. And again, every minute counts in this game. So, looks like still going bots now. We're getting a massive energy loss. Wins at 3 right now. With Teddy obviously having a single solar panel, he's got a lot more energy than ubivator. Now ubivator investing in a solar panel because he has enough metal. As you can see, solar panels don't cost any energy to build. So if you've got lots of free metal, pop down those solar panels. Make sure to not build too many though, as you need that metal to build forces. Now, because of that energy loss, ubivator wasn't producing many units. So now Teddy is going to have the advantage. However, does it in terms of army value, not too much different here. Obviously, we've got the metal income, energy income, the total metal, and total energy, and the army value. Now, army value is a pretty good indicator of who has more army, but the commander does count as about 1,000, I think. Excuse me. Looks like those incisors just getting a little bit of value. Very aggressive game from both players here. Looks like Teddy has expanded more though. And that vision that ubivator had no longer exists, and Teddy now, with the expanded vision. Now that did help ubivator a lot here. Now this incisor is going to be able to take out maybe 2 metal extractors here just before being taken down. Possibly the construction vehicle as well. Now again, that's going to waste a lot of time. We're going to have to see another construction vehicle being built. Or a possible revival from the Lazarus, which is a big part of this game. You can revive and reclaim units for free. See, the reclaim allows you to get the resources back. I think it's about 70%. But we are going to see a revival here. Especially that constructor, as it takes quite a while and it just uses up the time on the bot lab. Now we're going to see a lot more units here. Both players investing in construction towers. Oh, I had to raw dog the gym today. It was absolutely awful. No headphones. I didn't have a charger. One of my flatmates, however, kindly lended me a charger. So got that going. So we won't be raw dogging it tomorrow. I just got a few excursions here. Teddy might have his constructor taken out. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh my goodness. That is a major blunder from Teddy there, unfortunately. Hitting that constructor taken out. That's going to give ubivator some time. I got some flanking units up at the top here, as well from ubivator down at the bottom. One pawn accompanied by 2 ticks. Now that won't be able to take out these 2 incisors, so probably just keeping their distance for now. Both players trying to get the value, trying to waste the opponent's time. Now, it looks like both commanders are kind of having a standoff here. We're getting a bot lab on the front lines. Now, that is going to allow Teddy to be closer to the action zones and spread out like that. Obviously, he can't go over that crack. But ubivator having this long travel time here. This means his reactions are going to be a little bit slower. So Teddy is going to be able to expand around the map. However, it doesn't really matter too much as long as ubivator keeps his forces around here. He's not really going to be able to go much of anywhere. Again, he can't cross this area, so we'll have a look and we'll see how he uses it. Now, incisors do excel at range, especially since they are just a bit faster than pawns. Actually, let's just check that. Oh, it looks like they're not. They're just a tiny bit slower, it seems. That is unfortunate. Well, you learn something new every day. Incisors are actually slower than pawns. But blitzes are faster than pawns. Just about. Now, looks like ubivator just gets these rocket bots just out in time. rocket bots are the bane of my existence. I absolutely hate those things. They're used to kind of zone and control areas, and they actually outrange laser turrets. So these laser turrets here will be ineffective. However, this one just too far forward. So ubivator not having enough time to micromanage that. Just saw that missile missing. Never really see these rocket bots miss this much. Moving back slowly here. Ubivator looks like he has control of less of the map. In terms of production though, he is winning for metal. Energy is on the side of Teddy just about. Now this bot lab has been reclaimed. Seemed like Teddy thought not as useful as he thought. Again, it's just going to allow him to go through here, so it's not really worth it, in my opinion. I'll take my opinion with a grain of salt. We are all here to learn together. It looks like some gunships actually coming out from ubivator. We're going to see a factory come down for Teddy just to pump out some fighters to defend his airspace. Now we are going to see some value from these gunships, but hopefully not an overinvestment. Yeah, it looks like a switch to fighter here for ubivator. He's just trying to get that poke in. Slow Teddy down. Both players now probably investing in a lot of fighters here just to defend their airspace. These gunships getting so much value. So much value. Very good play in terms of micro now. Looks like two forces have just snuck by for both player. Both, I think, unaware of each other. Now, ubivator having to pay attention more on the bottom side, but now he's kind of getting the reactionary force. Now he's going to move these in to counter this push from Teddy. Now there is a wind farm being built up here, so if he can take that out, that's going to be quite vital for ubivator's economy. Now we do have some gunships coming in here to assist, but gunships do not do that much damage by themselves. And can be taken out pretty easily by incisors. It's not going to be enough. It looks like they just missed the wind farm constructor. It looks like Teddy's now got his attention elsewhere into this middle zone. Trying to push out these rocket bots, but this seems like just an absolute waste. He's sending in an anti-air unit. Looks like he's more paying attention to up here. This is going to be some big damage in terms of ubivator. Now, ubivator does have the advantage in the mid. Apologies for that. Ubivator does have the advantage. I'm away. The ubivator does have the advantage in the middle. He's not using it. I don't think he's really aware of his advantage. And is just trying to maintain his base. Now, got some imprisoned pawns here. Some more war crimes. Goodness sake, why does this always happen? Just incisor not being able to... There we go. Just getting tortured. Now, it looks like we've got some pawns moving in. These shurikens are going to be able to freeze all of these, so they're not going to get too much value. Looks like we actually have a Centurion here as well. Now we're getting some fighters coming in to destroy these shurikens. Looks like one missile each. And there we go, all those shurikens are dead. Now we've still got some time. This Centurion actually getting healed by the Lazarus. Quite an interesting tactic there. I've not seen that before. Or at least I probably have seen it before, but not taken note. Now, it looks like ubivator not really paying attention again. All his rocket bots are just missing this radar tower. I'm not entirely sure what they're shooting at. Now these res bots are going to be taken out. One just managing to survive. Now, I have a feeling this wind farm is kind of in a precarious spot. It's a little bit too close to the front line Front line being about here. Kind of everything else on Teddy's side is in the back. But I could be wrong. Yeah, like one push from here. There's no units really here. There's a couple pawns. It's gonna take out this wind farm. You got 2 aerial units. Building those will be taken out pretty easily. Very low health unit. But they are very fast, quite versatile. But yeah, again, takes 2 shots from Mantia and they're dead. Now, it looks like Teddy gaining the advantage in the middle here. Gaining the advantage on most fronts except the top side. Now, we'll see this air constructor continue its path as it does get distracted. Now, these pawns heading straight into an incisor force. Now, there are more pawns here. If they're sent straight through them, they will win this. As pawns excel very close range. Very nice there. Okay. So that is, Teddy is winning this for sure in terms of control of the map. Now this wind farm again, I feel like it was in a bit of a precarious spot. I don't really know why he brought it up this far. I thought there was definitely room over here to build that. Seeing some forces push through the middle. Do have a reactionary force. It looks like ubivator is probably not going to be aware of this force moving around the upside. Now this is a good spot to build, as nothing can come up these cliffs. If you have a look here. Oh, epilepsy warning again. It's because I hold F8. They cannot actually come up this cliff. So very good use of their units. Now, not many fighters from either side, so air is still a viable option. Looks like we're not getting any tier 2s in terms of this stage of the game. I mean, we've got a bot lab, a vehicle lab, 2 bot labs from ubivator. It's just the amount of forces that are being sent at each other and how big this map is. You need to have the versatility and the amount of units to hold these lines. For ubivator, there's not really many good options in terms of bots for that kind of thing. Whereas Teddy, I think, with his vehicles, moving into a tier 2 could be very advantageous. But again, I mean, ubivator will just abuse that time and push forward. You see these bots struggling to get over that. Just give you another look there at the height map. Now, middle here controlled by ubivator. Now reclaiming the extra metal from the solar collector. I think he is stocking up metal to build the tier 2, possibly. Not entirely sure. Now, on the bottom right side, we're getting a push, and we also have a push on the top middle side. These forces are going to breach, take out some metal extractors. This wind farm in a pretty safe spot, but could be taken out. Now the fighters are kind of roaming overhead just in case any kind of shurikens want to intervene. We've got a big force here from ubivator pushing into the base. Looks like it is just going to be taken out though by the brutes. Brutes are... That's very loud. Brutes are very, very good units. They're quite fast, do a lot of damage, and they have a lot of health. Now these brutes up top, penetrating. If they can get a couple damages on this wind farm, they could do a chain reaction. Looks like they are just being allowed to destroy ubivator's energy. It will be taken out. Now, looks like, to be honest, although ubivator is getting the scout coming in, this really is just in the middle of his base. He needs to send something. He's got a bomber coming in. This really his only choice is to destroy his own stuff. Didn't take out too much. Almost killed that exchange there. Now these are very explosive. They will just chain react. Boom. It's very satisfying to watch them explode. Now, looks like we're getting a push here from Teddy. Well, a lot of bombers, but fighters are now being produced by Teddy to react to that. Got some scouts here as well. Ubivator. Good knowledge of the map. Now these air constructors are being very good for Ubivator, allowing him to reconstruct the areas that have been destroyed. We're getting some scouts over Teddy's base. These bombers look like they are getting sent in, but they're not going to be enough. They are just going to be killed by the anti-air. Looks like some of the bombs are going to go off, though. Oh my goodness. Huge damage. Now, this late into the game, the wind farms aren't going to be too vital in terms of loss. We've got another vehicle plant here from Teddy. I'm not seeing a tier 2 at 22 minutes. It's quite rare. These bombers still allowed to roam. Looks like we had kind of a fighter clash. And Ubivator's fighters won. All bombers being taken out there. Now, Teddy now pushing up into the front. Knowing he now has more army value than Ubivator in terms of ground vehicles. Now that is going to switch sides. As Ubivator produces and produces more units, you can see the amount of construction towers he has on producing these units. Now, again, these brutes are very good at taking them out. Now kind of a split of force here. Another excursion up, taking out those construction. Got another scout coming in. Seeing some forces moving up. These pawns aren't going to be able to do much. Kind of just serves as a distraction. Very lovely here. In terms of the line. Pretty even so far. Now, it's like energy is kind of facing the direction of Ubivator here. That's just due to the sheer amount of wind that he has. Those energy transfers being destroyed. As you can see, the chain reaction from the brutes. Ubivator getting pushed in here really far. This is looking quite precarious for Ubivator. Now, he's sending a force up to the north to distract. Looks like it is kind of working, but these brutes down here are kind of just getting into the middle of his base. We really need to send some units down there. He's accidentally grabbed everything. Now he's sending in the Lazarus to revive and repair. Some fighters coming in to get that air superiority. Now, we don't have any kind of bombers or anything. We do have shurikens. Now he has that air superiority. He can use those shurikens to stun the units, and he's backing off here. This is very good micromanaging from both players here. It's so hard. I know it doesn't look hard, but it really is. You guys should try this game out for yourself. It's free. If you watch this far into the video, you're clearly interested. So I'd go ahead and download it. There are pro games all the time. There's an $1,000 tournament going on at the moment. 1v1 tournament. This is a really, really good game. They're actually, I think, going to redo the graphics and make it look much nicer in terms of the graphical effects, not the models themselves. We just got some clear lines coming out here. Now we are seeing a tier 2 bot lab from ubivator coming late. And we've got these skulky spine bots. These are big taser units, so they self-destruct and stun nearby units. Shurikens coming out. Now with the air superiority, these shurikens aren't going to be taken out. Would have liked some anti-air units. Looks like we didn't get any. This could be game over. Spybot just coming out, stunning those units. You got 3 more seconds of stunning. Now we're getting these amphibious rolling bombs. Now these bombs do a lot of damage when self-destructed, as you can see. We've got one more. Oh, lovely. Is it going to be enough though? Oh, it doesn't look like it. This is looking really bad. These units up here just doing nothing. Trying to just make sure that he doesn't get flanked. Now, ubivator could hold this off. This isn't game over just yet. But if this factory gets taken out, it's gonna be the game over. We've got a bomber here. ubivator really trying to eliminate these forces, but it's just gonna be a constant feed of tier.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Yeah, I kind of ran out of space on my computer. And this is like 10 seconds later. A bunch of units just came along and destroyed ubivator's factory and then the commander. But here you go. Here's the explosion. Very intense game, like Teddy said. Unfortunately, I ran out of space. You didn't get to see the final moments. Stop talking over me! Anyway, there you go. There you go. That's the end of the game. Thank you very much for watching. This was a very intense game. I'd like to see the kind of different use of units from both players. They both used bots, and Teddy went for a little bit of vehicles there, but please leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see in the next video. Leave a like, subscribe. Have a good one.